All right, folks, got something pretty cool here. Um, just wow. And this is what I kind of predicted a year ago for those who watch me. Um, and it was basically after last year's NPS 2019. And it was, you're going to start seeing a lot of these tool companies branch out into other stuff other than tools. And a lot of you guys were like, really? Like what? And I didn't know anything specific except from what I was told. I'm taking this stuff exactly like this. All right. Now, um, this is a little bit different. Don't go thinking, Milwaukee is going to come out with a scooter and
No worries.
a Jeep here. All right. Obviously, with KOBALT, it works because it's the home big box brand for Lowe's, right? Don't be surprised though if we see Ryobi, right? Now remember, you're going to need a bigger platform than an 18 volt for a lot of this stuff. All right, now obviously Milwaukee has these high output batteries and whatnot, and if you heard me talk about it, and it's probably been out for 2 or 3 years now. All right. Makita has a lithium ion bicycle in Japan. All right. And it's very popular. Totally different way of life over in Japan. They're actually kind of smart about travel. Now, that being said, it's a little bit different than travel here in the States. Most people travel, on the average 15 to 20 miles, right? One way to their job. All right. It might have come down in a couple years when I last heard that. So obviously a bicycle is not going to work very well. Now, obviously that's also in the suburbs, and if you live in the city though, all right, you are starting to see a lot of people use bicycles and scooters just like this, um, you know, to travel, and they kind of fold down. They're super light. They're expensive. Some of the good ones, right? The $1,000, $1,500 for some of these scooters, that go like 15 miles per hour. But this is the KOBALT 24 volt scooter kit. All right. Now, you're going to get obviously a charger with this, a battery, and of course you have the scooter here. Reaches speeds up to 10 miles an hour. So, if you start seeing, your best friend who's in KOBALT tools on the side of the highway on his scooter, just make sure to honk at him and, give him the old bird. All right. No, I'm just kidding. But real interesting. Now, obviously, this is made for kids. Now, again, Razor. They have, if you're not familiar, I have a lot of Razor stuff. I actually have a video on my son's Razor bike. It's got like 40,000 views when we got it for him. Now, and that one goes like 18 or 19 miles per hour. His little MX 500 dirt bike. Now, it's made by Razor, all right? They also now, if you're familiar with Razor, they make a lot of, power, lithium ion and NiCad, scooters, dirt bikes, quads. All right. They also make, a lot of different types of stuff. And they recently came out with a kind of higher line to get into that whole premium scooter sensation that is sweeping the world. But at that, no one is really doing what this scooter does. All right. They are all pretty much internal batteries. All right. So the fact that you can take out your KOBALT battery and now you don't have to charge it. All you have to do is replace batteries. All right. So you're driving down the road. Maybe it's the early spring. It's a little nippy. And you got 2 or 3, maybe even 4 batteries in your jacket. One goes down, put it in your jacket, take out a new one, slap it on. All right, now obviously they're not giving you that big of a battery here. I would say it's probably a 2 amp hour. The biggest, it's a real nice looking scooter here. He didn't send me the price on this, and I want to thank Mike for sending this over. It's obviously, this is the child one, but I'm just kind of setting up the future with some of this stuff. Obviously, you see on the bottom here, for ages 8 and up, and you have to see what the weight limit is on this. But a lot of them have weight limits of 200 pounds. I mean, there's so many different Razor scooters, and they were really the dominant player in this whole scooter thing. They were really, first to hit, the big box stores. But again, it's a very huge market now. Not only for kids, but for adults who live in the urban areas, the city, who just, want to be free, right? They don't want to pay gas. They don't want to pay insurance. They don't want to have a monthly payment on a car. And they don't want to hurt the environment, so to speak. All right, so you got brakes on this as well. It looks like you only got a back. Most of them have back and front brakes. Not really sure. Yeah. It's a nice looking scooter. I mean, again, I don't know what the price point is. We're going to have to see. Now, he said there was boxes of them here, and as you can see, they're pretty much all stacked. This one is stacked on other ones. These usually aren't that much money, guys. I would probably say, now this has an external battery. I would say this is probably $199. All right, best case maybe $179. I mean, they're giving you the KOBALT warranty. Now that 3-year warranty is probably just on the charger and batteries. We're going to see a video one day of some, small adult man. Now, I don't know the weight limit on this, but it's probably around 125 to 150 pounds. And he'll be riding the scooter. He'll pop out the battery, put it in his drill, and drill a couple pilot holes, or put it in his impact and sink a couple fasteners. Or he'll carry the impact wrench, and while he's doing this, he'll remove someone's lug nuts. It's just a lot of good fun. All right, so you got the new Razor KOBALT 24-volt scooter kit. All right, 30 minutes of runtime with 10 max speed. And then we got something that's pretty shocking here. Now, this is the electric kid car. Now, this looks like it's made straight from KOBALT. And, what memories. Just looking at this. Now, I wish this was available when my kids were able to fit in one of these. They've obviously grown out of this now. But this looks like it's not really made by another company. This looks like actually KOBALT is making this, at least from the side panel here. Now, as you can see, it's got some pretty cool features. All right, so you got 3 speed settings. It has a USB port. So if your 4 or 5-year-old has to charge his phone, he can plug his phone right into the USB. The cool thing about it is it has remote control. All right, so this is really geared for a small child. That's kind of why I made that. But I don't know what the age are that kids get phones. Well, I do know because my son just got one last year when he entered 6th grade. That was when we decided, but he was one of the late ones. Kids in fourth grade, third grade. But even in third grade, what are you? I don't know. Forget how old you are in third grade. Probably around 9. I don't know if you're going to be able to fit in this sucker at 9. These are usually for the 3, 4, 5, 6-year-olds. And then you're kind of too big for it. But again, I don't really know the size of it. But this is going to use the 40-volt battery. And again, if you heard me at Lowe's last time, I was told, they're kind of trying to get out of the 80-volt platform. Because remember, KOBALT and Greenworks, they have a 24-volt, a 40, a 60, and an 80. And they're really pushing a lot of their professional, both lines. Well, not KOBALT, but Greenworks Pro is 60 volt, and you're starting to see a lot of KOBALT stuff move from that 80 volt to that 60 volt. All right. And I think 40 volt has always been really the best of both worlds. And obviously with the 18 volts, all you got to do is put two 18-volt batteries. But whatever. So you have one external 40-volt battery here. You can kind of see it right here. Right, you're gonna have a charger. It looks like you got some lights that brighten up in case your kid is out at 11:30 at night, maybe making a Dunkin' run for you. He's got his USB to keep in touch with you. All right, letting you know everything's all right. Your 6 or 7-year-old. He's going to get a cup of coffee. His lights will be working. Looks like he's got a little dash here of some sort, a digital dash. And if he's not coming home, you got your remote. You just turn him right around. All right, now, is this a navigation system? You can kind of keep an eye on him. Obviously, I'm having some fun, but this is, again, what we're going to start seeing. All right, now, again, not kids' toys per se. But you kind of have made when it comes to tools, right? You look at some of the bigger platforms. Now, again, in Japan, they have that bicycle that is pretty popular over there. I was told it's never going to come to the States. Wasn't really designed to come to the States. Excuse me, cut my coffee. But, coffee makers, perfect example, right? What these companies have planned, right, for the future, one can only imagine. But, if they don't do it, they know other people are going to do it. You know what I'm saying? And they already have the battery platforms that are out there. You look at it, guys, some of the best lithium ion platforms, no matter what kind of it is, right? There's all kinds of things now that have batteries, removable batteries from, vacuums. I don't know. But, these tool company platforms have been designed and have been engineered and have been improving over the past 10 years. So if you need a battery that is reliable, durable, these tool company batteries really kill it. So, we're going to have to see. This is kind of the first of its like, right? And it's really a great product for Lowe's. And again, if you're going to see something like this at Home Depot, it's not going to be from Milwaukee. It's not going to be from DeWalt. You'll see it with Ryobi, right? But when it comes to some other things, again, looking 5 years down the road, like I said, and obviously we're seeing some stuff now, but technology moves fast, people, right? If you look at the world right now and just look back 15 years ago, all right, just 15 years ago, I thought I had the greatest thing on earth with my cell phone, right? but it died within 2 hours. It didn't even have a color screen. I think it was a Nokia, right? And maybe they were out, but not like today, right? Video games, Nintendo compared to what PlayStation is doing. You could put it in any aspect of life, right? Electric cars now, they're driving themselves, people. Autopilot. You hit a button and you could sit back with a cup of coffee and, watch the last 20 minutes of Alice, you know? Or, of course, MacGyver also, if you missed that. But the world's changing, folks, right? And we're going to see, a lot of these tool companies, maybe, a lot of these companies, guys, right? TTI would probably never, ever do anything like this with Milwaukee and, Rigid, so to speak, but they don't really own Rigid. But, if, like, right, for Walmart, right? Don't be surprised, right? You see Hart, and but probably, they're just brand new right now, right? But in a couple years, you see maybe a little, you know, bike, scooter or electric bike or electric kid's car. um, and eventually, 5, 6 years ago, they're making, dune buggies, right, for adults or something crazy like that. So, hell, we don't even have a lawnmower from Milwaukee yet. Let's not go crazy. All right, but these should be out this holiday season. Mike, thank you. I appreciate you sending this over. Very interesting, for sure. And if you were maybe thinking of getting your kid one of these razors, these are actually popular where I'm at the beach. Everyone's got these, and even adults are riding these scooters down at the beach, right? Where you don't really want to hop in your car. The roads kind of only go one direction. It's much easier to hop on a bicycle or a scooter. Um, but if you are getting one of these for your kid, it's pretty cool, especially if you're in KOBALT's platform. All right, folks. Peace.